parenting. Why? We will talk again about it because I think it matters the most in the world, like more than teachers, like the lessons which we learn from schools, colleges, or from videos. What matters the most is good parenting. Even like if our parents are not good, in majority of the cases, there are exceptions. In majority of the cases, we cannot do well in our life because our parents, they haven't taught us what to do, what not to do. When we are young, we don't know what is right and what is wrong. Our prefrontal cortex, the part of our brain which is responsible for decision making, like we don't know what is right and what is wrong. So it is our parents who teach us what is right and what is wrong. Now imagine our parents, there is no one who is teaching us what is right and what is wrong. Maybe we will consider wrong thing also right. Maybe there are some people, young people in their who are just 12 years old, 14 years old, 16 years old, they start taking like drugs, cigarettes, or some other things, weed, which is not good. And I believe in majority of the cases, such people never received good parenting. I believe if they have good parents, if parents taught them from the beginning that this is not good, there are high chances that they will not follow those things. That's why parenting matters the most. Some days before here was that guy who was saying, like, I'm creating videos, and he was like panicking. Again, he sent one message in the group. I saw that next day, like he was again panicking, like what to do and what not to do. That message got deleted because there was, I believe, some dot message, and Rosebot deleted that message. So I asked him this question: who is your mentor? Do you ask questions to someone? He was like, no one. But I believe if you have any person with whom you can discuss things freely, who can answer you properly, and especially if that person is your father or mother or any person from family, then there are high chances that you will succeed in your life. I have seen the people who belong to rich families, who belong to educated families, most of the times they don't fail in life. The reason is they receive good parenting from early in life. Their parents know like what they should study, because many students don't know what to study. Those guys who are just in class 8th, class 10th, class 12th, they think we know what we need to do in our life. But in majority of the cases, they don't know what they have to do. They are influenced with the trends with social media. And if they have right parents who are well educated, they can know like what our kid is made for, because every student is different, every kid is different, everyone is born for different things. Some are born to become doctors because from childhood they are inclined towards this medicine, science, and all the stuff. Some are just for business because from early childhood they do these business related things. Some are inclined from their childhood towards teaching, means their parents can get this hint from their actions that they are born to become a teacher. So they will guide them that you need to now pursue this subject. Then after 5 years, you will become a teacher. So this is where a role of parenting comes. And also one of the most important thing is this world suffers to some extent with some bad people. And I believe those, like when I say bad people, it means the ones who just do activities which harm this environment, which harm other people. Some people abuse, some people do other things, or which harm themselves. So again, if they had or have good parenting, they will never do those things, and this world will not suffer to that level. So that is the importance of parenting. Once we can get good parenting, the world will become better place. Our life, it will become peaceful life. No, tomorrow every person here, almost every person will become a parent. So it is our responsibility to train our kids from early childhood for right things so that it can be good for themselves, for their future, tomorrow when they will be 20 years old, 30 years old, and also it will be good for us. Imagine I'm a father and currently I'm 45 years old. I have energy. And after a few years, when I will pass 60, when I will reach to 65, I will lack energy. I cannot do everything by myself. So I should have a kid who will take care of me, who will get some things which I require, which I need. So I believe if I will teach these things to my kid in early life, that, uh, you know, a father takes care of their kids when kids are just innocent, when kids are not able to do anything. Later, it becomes a responsibility for a son or a daughter to take care of that old father who has taken already care of those small kids when they were young. So when we will put this thing in their mind, tomorrow it is good for me. They will provide a peaceful life to me. Similarly to you, if you will teach your kids right things, it is not only about yourself. It's also about family. When tomorrow you will get married, you have to take care of your spouse, of your kids. You have to teach them right things so that they can succeed in life. They can have good career. They will not get addicted to negative habits or negative things. They will not consume wrong things. They will not consume wrong content. Whenever they will see wrong content, they will just skip it. So if we will create this level of mindset in kids, then they will be phenomenal. And eventually, the result of good parenting is good life to those parents, good life to their family, and good life to future posterity, future generation. So that is all what I have to say. If you people now want to contribute something towards this good parenting, you are free. You can.
So I really need to clap. Thank you so much, Alijar, for sharing such wonderful information about parenting. And I am very, very glad, you know, to be also a participant of such wonderful, topic. Well, I would like to, uh, just uh, discover, this topic a little, deeper. I would like to just, go a little even uh, deeper than you may have not even imagined that what I'm going to talk about. So let me start, you know, with this. Have you ever wondered why the majority of parents say things like, you know, things like this about their children? For example, they say that, of course, our child, yeah, he is not, a good learner, or he feels, very lonely. He has very, very low, self-esteem, or he does not feel supported. You know, he has no confidence, or the parents say that, our child always thinks that we will never get rich. Yeah, they do not have the right mindset. This is what the majority of people, or the majority of parents. Sorry, guys, the majority of parents, just keep talking about. They're saying about their children, but there is one hidden. There is one hidden thing that they are not aware of. You know, all that should be blamed is not the children. It is parents themselves. Salty also has pointed to very good things. You know, when when we were young, we did not know about any good or bad thing. We could not recognize whether it is a good thing or a bad thing. So all we could learn was from our parents. So now the people who should blame are not the children because they know nothing, but who should blame are the parents. So now that I have asked or mentioned these questions, that the majority of parents are saying about their children, you later on, understand why they're saying something like that and what is the answer, as well as the key point which the parents are unaware of. So let's dive in. I would like to say that the birth of a child starts 10 to 15 years before the child is born. Do you get it? I'd like to repeat it again. The birth of a child starts 10 to 15 years before the child is even born. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. And it is very important, guys. Now let me, uh, say one more thing as well. So this is the responsibility of every human being. to start working on themselves, to start, developing themselves. This should be a character for them. Now let me, just clear this out for you as an example. Just imagine, um you know, like for example, um, a 5 or 6 years, for example, child. So this child, is curious. You know, uh, th- what I'm talking about is, about a good character. I'm talking about a hero, which is going to influence others, and also which is going to, have a very very great impact on, his future life. So I'm talking about this guy. This is my or this young child. So he is very curious. He loves learning. He loves discovering. He loves, being curious. He all the time asks questions. He is all the time, in the process of learning new things. Yeah, this is what he does, and he has very very big dreams. He thinks that will he will get rich. He thinks that he can achieve everything. Yeah, he has this wonderful, mindset. And as the time passes, he also grows up. And as a result, you know, he gets to a point, or to the points where he, becomes proud of himself. He says, "Yeah, I achieved it. I did it. I made it." So, he, for example, goes to university, or for example, he, uh, after university, uh, he gets, a position, a great job with an excellent salary. Now it is the time for him. It is the time for him, to get married. It might be his 20s, like for example, 23, or uh, his he might, get married when he is, for example, 24 years old. After he is done with his studies and he has, a great job with a great salary, right? Now it is the time that he should have his own spouse. Now because he is mentally ready. He is ready. Now, just imagine that after a year, his, first child is born. Yeah, she's born, and now, uh, let's say that what is going to be the future of his child? Now, let's imagine. Let's imagine that, what kind of, future his child is going to have. What is going to be, her character? Do we think, can we even, anticipate that, is she going to have, whether a great confidence? Can we can even anticipate this as well, you know can we say that she is going to be a great learner? Definitely we can. So how can we do it? As I mentioned before, that the birth of a child starts 10 to 15 years before the child is born. Yeah. So how is like that? So how is it possible? Now, as I mentioned the story, from the beginning of the, the child until, he gets to a point where he has, an excellent salary, and eventually he gets married and has, her his own child. So now we can say that this child is going to, definitely have a great future. Why? Because, um, his her learning process started, 10 to 15 years ago. Her dreams. So now what I'm trying to say is that all things are genetic. Yeah, they're genetic. You know, success, transfers to the child through genetic. Yeah, the success, the vibration, the mindset, the big dreams, the relationships, everything just delivers from the child's parents, whether it is from his father, or whether it is from her father or her, for example, mother. So now, what I'm trying to say that nowadays, we might be, for example, in our teenage years. I'm actually um 18 years old. There might be also people among us who are for example, 16 or 17, they are also in their teenagers. Now, what is needed to be done, in order to have good future, in order to, have excellent, um, lives, and a healthy life for our uh, children. Now we should start working on ourselves. We should, start, developing, our own character. You know, I do not know India or some other countries. Here in Afghanistan, where I live, uh, the majority of people are, not educated people. Yeah, they are not. They grow up, working hard. They grow up, for example, working for someone. They have been growing up, having a very, bad mindset about the country, about their future life, about, for example, having low esteem, having no confidence. They have been growing up like this, with no mindset, with zero mindset. And when they are, for example, uh, 20 or in their 20s, when they get married, so what do you think? What do you think their children are going to be like? Right? It is definitely clear that their children are also going to be like them, like their parents, because it is genetic. Yeah, the genetic of their parents are going to transfer to their children as well, with the same mindset, with the same, for example, low esteem, with the same, for example, no confidence. Yeah. So Uh, this is very important, guys. You know, you might not have heard, such sentence or such information before, but now that you heard that, but now that you heard, you've got to, start working on yourself, right? We've got to start working on ourselves, on developing a great character for ourselves in order to have an excellent future, not only for ourselves, but for our children. This is what we should do. And now let's come to answer that question. Have you ever wondered why the majority of people are saying things, like this about their children? Why our children are not good learners? Why they feel, for example, lonely? Why they do not feel supported, or have low esteem, or have no confidence, or have no right mindset? Right. So now the problem is here that their parents, yeah, their parents did not prepare themselves. Their parents, almost 15 or 10 years ago, did not make themselves, for example, a great character. They are not ready. So therefore, they're, saying things like this. Very important, right? And also, now let me talk about what is needed to be done, right? For example, after the child is born, what are the responsibility of parents, the way they are supposed to? The first thing, parents should consider is loving the child. Yeah, love the child. They should love the child. They should hug the child, their children. Yeah, they've got to do. For example, they've got to provide the child with, with the great food, right? For example, they should take care of their health. But let me say this as well, guys. Yeah, let me also say it like this: that loving a child, does not only mean hugging. For example, taking care of themselves. For example, providing them with the right food. It does not only mean love. Love also means that parents do not argue or fight with each other, or, for example, yell at each other. This is very important, guys. That it is an important, point that we should consider. Nowadays, people, are that, or, for example, the majority of parents are pretending that, of course, they are good parents. Why? Because they say things like, of course, we love our child. For example, we love the child, we hug the child. For example, we provide them with the best food. For example, we take care of our child. However, they are not aware of this important point, that they should not, for example, argue, in front of their child. They should not yell at each other. This is very important, guys. right? That we should consider, and the upcoming parents, which we are going to be, we should also take note that loving child does not only mean hugging or, for example, providing them with the right food. And also one thing more, that when it comes to taking care, you know, uh, after the child is born, um, most of the time, right? The dad is, out, for earning money, for example, of course, for uh, making money in order to, you know, make the make the expenses, right? And the mother is supposed to, take care of the child, right? So now in our country, again, I'd like to mention this because I do not, have information about your country. In our country, Afghanistan, um, the mother is busy, using phone, yeah, smartphone. It is very, very bad, guys, right? When we start, uh, having the child get addicted to smartphone from the very, very young age. Now my niece, a live example. My niece, she is almost 2 years old, and she uses smartphone. She uses, for example, she watches videos, you know, videos, related to to the child. For example, she sometimes, even open data or internet. She sometimes, go to the YouTube and scroll down and scroll, for example, some videos, and everything can every second happen, right? So now this is the responsibility of, the mother to take care of their child, because if from the very, very, teenage year they do not take care, so it is going to be out of their control later on in life, right? So it is also very important that I needed to mention. And the second thing is, about curiosity. Of course, we should, or the parents should be very, very happy that their children are, for example, curious. Their children are curious. Um, one reason that uh, the majority of children, lose their curiosity as the time passes is because of, their parents' punishment. Yeah, you know, uh, it is also an example uh, that I have myself experienced this. Or, this might be true for you, for your country, for your community as well. Uh, just say that when a child is curious, curious is something that the child, has no information about something, and he's curious, and has a burning desire to, find out something. For example, he or she asks a lot of questions from his or her parents, and finally, um, uh, his or her parents say, "Oh my gosh, how many questions do you ask? Could you please, make it a little shorter, or do not ask any questions." So this is the place where their curiosity is killed by their parents, right? Or, for example, by other people, maybe by their siblings, or, for example, if they are, for example, a little big, maybe by their classmates. Or another example I can say that um, what kills, a child's curiosity is this. Just imagine that there are a group of people in a room, right? There are also old people who are just talking about a topic, and they're brainstorming or sharing their ideas with each other. And also, a child is also sitting in that room. Whenever, the child, whenever there is an issue that the child also wants to, for example, participate, like, for example, wants to talk about it. Whenever they say something, of course, what they're going to receive is a tight slap from their parents, or, for example, by someone else. That, what are you saying? Aren't you saying there are old people who are negotiating? How dare you? How dare you talk? So this is the place where also the curiosity of the child kills. So that's it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed and learned something. And thank you so much for tolerating me. And I also want your ideas. I think everybody's asleep because I talked about and you know, fall asleep. So sorry, guys.
Okay, Maharami, actually, everyone was contemplating over this thing, whatever you mentioned. Everyone was thinking like they are actually planning right now on their notebooks how to become good parents. That is why they are busy, they are not talking. Maybe after a few minutes they will talk. So it was really wonderful, whatever you mentioned. Keep it up. So, guys, actually, there is one thing which Maharami earlier mentioned that the birth of a kid starts around 10, 15 years before he gets birth. It is really something deep, something philosophical. I will try to explain it in a nutshell. What does it mean? It means this thing. If currently I am a parent and after 15 years I will give birth to any kid. So usually we will say like the age of that person is zero. But philosophically, how it is 15, because whatever we do currently, every single day, whatever I do, that defines a lot about my kid. For example, if I will focus more on studies, if I will focus more on my health, if I will focus more on my sleep, these things will reflect definitely on my kid. So the thing is, if we really want to become good parents, the thing is not at that time you will provide them good resources, you will provide them money, you will provide them laptop, mobile phone, and all other stuff, good room in your home. But the thing is, to become a good parent, before even becoming parent, you should adopt good things, good habits inside of you. Because I have seen this thing, you might have also seen, 100% you have seen most of the things which are present in parents, those things which we can reflect, we can actually see those things in their kids. Talking about me, I can see a lot of similarities between me and my father. You too can see a lot of similarities. So if you will be a good person even before getting married, before having kid, there are high chances that your kid will also be good. So that is the main point. So Maharami, it was great. So is there any other person who wants to share any other perspective, any other point, good point about good parenting? Kindly unmute yourself and talk about that. Hmm. Guys,
So I'd like to mention, am I
Eh,
audible?
yeah, you're audible.
Is there anyone who want to speak?
There is Sush.
Okay, speak.
no, W. You can go on after you, Alan. Sam.
Let us
Okay.
toss. Let us see who will win.
Ladies first. Okay, let me start. So whatever you just said now, 15 years. I don't know about the lifespan, but in our scriptures it has been mentioned that before actually giving birth or having an intimacy or copulating just to, get your offspring, you need to follow brahmacharya, you know, self-discipline. It only, and in that phase, we actually come up with the good genetic information, which is getting encoded in our genes, which is going to get transferred to our offsprings. Coming back to the good parenting, we all know that excess of everything is really bad. And I do not know anything about other parents, but I'm going to talk about mine. I'm going to talk about the toxicity of a parents. So my parents are very overprotective, you know. They're not letting me face the failure and they try to solve every problem of mine. They have a really high expectation, you know. I mean, they keep on pushing me that I can do better, I can do better. And that's why I feel pressure and sometimes anxious too. They try to solve every problems of mine and which makes me really dependent on him. Or they try to, like there is no room for questioning or there are too many rules on me. Or they never show their vulnerability. They just want to, be the ideal parents. But when I actually turn this table 360-degree, it's not them who is overprotective. It's just me because I showed myself weak. So they thought they want to just protect me because I'm vulnerable. It's not them who's like having a high expectation. It's just that they found out ki if they're gonna push me, I'm gonna push that limit. I'm gonna do something good in my life, and they have so much expectation. Emotional dependency is something because I'm not a very good in actually taking decision. So my parents try to take participation so that I could not, take or end up in a fiasco. Or there are too many rules because there's a high chance they might see in me that I might, because they find me very naive and I might go on a wrong path. That's why there are too many rules on me, like compared to my brother. Or maybe they try to be role model just because, what if they show their vulnerable side? I'm not gonna take any set of instruction from them, or I might be cross questioning them. So, I think that you should only listen to people about success who actually own the success. And it goes same with the parenting also. You should take tips from parents. I mean, being in that position, I don't think so I'm the right person to, preach about this good parenting. First, no matter how hard you try, there are going to be a generation gap. Once I was actually having a very deep conversation with my father. So he was saying we try to give you everything what my parents can't even afford. So we earlier, so my father came from a very, below average family. They in their time, like he's from village. So in their time they do not have, a two times meal. And I mean he used to say that he used to wear these torn clothes. uh, Lots of struggle he just discussed with me. And when he actually got into police, so he bought me sorry I think at the age of 2 I came to Varanasi with my mom and my dad, and we only have two beds, like a wooden beds, a few utensils, and a cycle. And he used to travel 10 kilometers daily up and down just to do his duty. So I've seen my father struggle, and I never take that, thing from anyone. If anybody is going to say that parents are toxic, even you're having a very, up and down relation with them also now, please stop yourself from that person or boycott that person who actually talks shit about the parenting. Because even in my scriptures I really believe that parents are really like a god, and nobody can I mean take the position of them. Like no matter how, even wife also, at a point, I mean wife can also, leave you in the middle. But parents are someone who is going to be like by your side, no matter even you are on a top or you're going to hit rock bottom. So yeah, I mean there are a lot of things in my mind when I was actually listening to Maharami, but while while speaking, it just vanished.
Yeah,
If I'm
wonderful.
audible,
Yeah, you're audible. You can go.
yep. So I would like to say W. Like whatever you said, that was really nice. We should keep obeying our parents. But I know I just want to include that one point. Like most of the boy, they like consistently say my like our parents are the god, and no one can take this seat. So it's a true even for the girls. But why are you comparing with your wife? I'm just asking just one question, then I will add something. W, are you able to speak?
Yes, when I say about wife also, so I have seen there, like even the generation I've been seeing this, like there's a point when wife love for their husband could be minimized. You've been seeing, right? Those cases of alimony. Why can't they stick together? Why they are having divorce? So these are the points which I'm actually picking out. Majority of people actually facing divorce, but because they are not being compatible. So wife is something which we are choosing by our own. So yeah, that was it.
Actually,
Hello,
I don't
any
think
taste of
so.
arranged marriage?
What happened?
I'm
Are you
saying
going
that
to
what if
speak?
the wife is chosen by the parents?
Even
Actually,
in
I'm not able
arranged
to get
marriage
your
also,
point.
no? Even in arranged marriage also, you're actually choosing a person. You're not connected by blood, right?
So only blood is matter.
Sorry, come again.
Like, are you saying like it's not come from your blood? So only blood is matter for you?
No, no, no. I am saying the case of majority, or maybe I'm doing a comparison. I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm actually agreeing to the point. In our
Okay,
in
okay.
our holy
But
scriptures,
you
there were
are.
a yes, there were a
Mhm.
wife like a sati also, and there is a girls like Shurpanakha also. They both are girls,
Hey,
right? They
hey,
both
hey,
are female.
hey. What's the need? See. What's the need to become a sati? And what's the need of like Supnika? If you're judging that, so both characters are good. Don't say like that, okay? Even I know that history. Okay, let it be. I'm talking about
Yes.
a good parent. So, mm-hmm.
No, no, please continue.
Okay. Okay, so actually, I completed my diploma in elementary education. There's a lot of books which is talking about child psychology. So there is a thing is like they always talk about like how to grow our children. So like we are good enough to take a knowledge like how to take care of our children and how to give them every possible things. That's why the day I was saying like if possible then I will only want to give only like one child, one girl, or it could be boy. Means I don't want to go with the overpopulation in our society and even for my family, because for my family and for my country means like there is trouble for those. Okay, so I'm saying like in my society there is one lady. She was not good enough, means she was not educated. She was saying like after, means she was talking about her children. She was saying like after completing their 7 years, then she will try to give them what can I say, education. So the thing is, we are good enough, we are educated. So I know like what is the good parenting and how could we protect our children. And as we get older, then we will really get something nice from the digital things. But the thing is, we should spread our knowledge to others as well, like what is the good meaning of good parenting. Means if there is no person, it's no about child psychology. So I will suggest there is one person, he is a philosopher, Jean Piaget. So we can go with that person. He was really like talk about the nice about child psychology. Means he was including every point, cognition, social, emotionally, and physically. So whenever we go to read, then we will really become good, more than good. We can say parenting, good parenting. But the thing is, we should also spread our knowledge about good parenting for those who are not aware of. That's my point. Even some people are really educated, but they don't know how to be a good parenting or like our children. So they can go with that psychology books. Uh, that's it.
I mean, you mentioned a really good point, and I also have an opinion about good parenting or maybe the toxicity, but I chose to be silent because these are the relation which is very close to me, and it's my habit. If I start looking good now, so I'll going to dig like so like I'll gonna hit like a rock bottom to find the goodness. But if I start focusing on a bad no, so it's not good for me because I keep on speculating the theories and everything. I try to frame them, and the imagination. It is most injurious. So that's why I chose to be silent when it comes to parents and all.
But see, we are
Your voice isn't
educated
clear.
person, so sometimes we feel embarrassed to spread our knowledge.
Your voice isn't clear.
It's a try. Because this is our step to grow. Okay. Now it's clear.
A bit better.
Now it's clear.
Started again. Your voice is buffering.
Okay. So, okay, I wanted to say, like, we are educated person. So, okay, okay, so let it be my point. You can add whoever is good in it.
Okay, W, I have a question for you. Question is, shall we question our parents or whatever they say that is right? What do you believe?
I mean, I do question my parents. But when
Hmm.
it comes to public opinion, I keep myself very private. I don't discuss such thing.
Can
But I do question my
hmm,
parents. And they
do
actually
you think
learn from their
parents
mistake also.
do you think parents can always be right?
Not at all. I always question my
Hmm.
parents, and they,
Hmm.
even we end up in a fight also, no? So they also keep on learning things. They are evolving with us.
Hmm.
Even when I talk about, when I talk to my father that you did that from that
Hmm.
like stage of your life, of that phase of your life, he was being apologetic. Like, okay, that was the thing. He used to explain. I was in that mindset. We are also evolving. My parents got married. My father was 18 and my mother was 16, so
Hmm.
you can't expect parents to be mature at such an early age. So it's not their fault.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what was the immaturity? Was this immaturity that they got married in early in life?
It's not immaturity. It's a society point of view. At that point of a time, people used to get married very like early in their life. So it's
Hmm.
not whom they choose. And my father, he actually got married when he got into job of a police, and he was the one, since he belongs to a very below average family at that point of a time. So he actually earned the money from his job and actually spent on his own like marriage. My grandfather cannot afford that much. So
Hmm.
when it comes to this POV, I would like to keep myself really conservative. I mean, I know you must have like a good. Like, they are brilliant parents in this entire world, but we haven't seen their ups and downs or their culture. So I can only talk about myself. So that's opinion which I have been forming since my childhood. So yeah, I may evolve. It's too early to have an opinion right now, because life is too big. I mean, there are going to be good days and lots of ups and downs also. So I'll keep evolving. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. See, guys, actually, no one is perfect, but we can see one trend. If you will compare past with present, people are becoming more civilized. Now, yeah, there are a lot of people who are not doing things correctly, but still there is improvement. These days we can notice things easily due to social media, but in past there was no social media, so we were not aware about things. But at the time, more evils were happening as compared to today. Means people are evolving. They're evolving because of education. These days, we have access to books. We have access to such platforms like this VC. Daily, we learn some good things. People are evolving. So, parents too are evolving. That is the thing. We, like new generation, majority among them will become better parents as compared to past parents. Some parents are good, some parents are not good, some are just average, some really take care of their kids, some put their kids in challenges so that they can grow, so that they can become mature, so that they can learn problem solving. Some just want to solve every problem of their kids. But the main thing is, no one is perfect. Every parent has some loophole. Some give less time. They should give more time to their kids. They give less time, because earlier I said parents matters more than anything, more than these teachers or any other person. So parents should give more time to their kids. They should spend more time with them so that they can make them good. So we should not, I believe personally, my perspective, we should not always follow 100% of what parents say. Sometimes parents think differently because there is generational gap. They belong to different generation, 90s. At that time, things were working differently. They think this world is same, like 2026. It is same, but it is not same. These days, things work differently. So sometimes we must question, or we must try to teach them that the things have really changed if they are not understanding. It is not like we have to follow them, or it's not like we have to fight with them. The thing is, we have to make them understand. I think if we will make them understand properly, they will understand, but sometimes they will not understand. But again, we should protest. Like, it is not good at the end. Things have changed. So that is the point. For example, I will tell you one example. Earlier we used to do this arranged marriage. So in arranged marriage, what used to happen? Our parents, our family, they used to find any girl, and we used to get married with them. And they have same mindset still, but things have changed actually. If you will get again married with any girl whom you don't know, first time or you just spent with her 1 or 2 months, and now you are getting married with her, parent said like she is good, she is better, but you don't know like how she is. I think you must spend some more time with her. You can be in the stage of love before marriage, so that you can see whether your partner is compatible with you or not. If tomorrow your parents are forcing you that she is best, she is perfect because XYZ person said, their like relatives said, their neighbors said, you should not believe in that thing. You should say, okay, if you say this is good, let me spend some time with her. Later I will see if she is compatible with me, if she will be good with you, if she will become a right mother tomorrow, only then I will continue. So similarly, there can be other scenarios where parents think that XYZ thing is relevant still today. We must teach them like it is not always relevant. Things have completely changed. In previous times, jobs were different. Most of the people used to focus just on government jobs, but these days there are some more jobs. Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible, bro. Actually, I want to
Hmm.
know something like
Yeah,
what does parents really want from a child since childhood, bro?
they want him to become great. They want him to become financially independent. That's what they want. Have good life.
They just
And
want
there is
that
a
after.
one more question related to it. Like, if
Mhm.
parents makes mistakes, should children point them out or stay quiet because of respect?
No, I think they should not remain quiet. They should teach. They should tell it respectfully that here things is this thing is not right.
And there is a lot of parents where and lots of children in today's modern time. Like when child loses respect for their parents due to such habit,
Mhm.
and so that who is responsible, bro?
Parents are responsible. Earlier, I said like when child is like young, he doesn't know what is right or wrong. Till around 16, 17, 18 years of age, a child is not well aware about things. He doesn't know what is right or wrong at that time. Parents should teach. If they will not teach, then in future he will make any blunder. So in most of the cases, parents are responsible.
So there is the situation where father comes home drunk every evening.
Hmm.
So whose responsibility to understand his struggle or to question
It
his
is
behavior, bro?
whose behavior? Parents.
Yes, like if a father's coming home drunk every evening,
Hmm.
so is
Yeah.
it your responsibility to understand his
If
struggles, or you should
mm,
point out his mistake and question his behavior every time?
I have to question, if I am adult, I am above 18. It is my responsibility because now I have mind. I can think clearly. It is not good. So I have to teach my father. I know it is very difficult because he is now habitual to this thing. But I think if we will put anything in mind continuously again and again properly, people will change their negative habits.
Hmm. But bro, like earlier you said, like a 16-year-old kid doesn't know that much, like what to do or what not to do.
Hmm.
Like they are not logically right sometimes.
There are
So
exceptions. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Hmm.
okay.
Continue.
So sometimes their father says like, I drink because of stress. because of stress for the family.
Uh,
So doesn't that justify his actions?
yeah, he is just justifying things. He can also get relaxed by talking to his family, to his kids, to his wife, spending more time with them. But he has now chosen alcohol. It is not right. He is justifying.
Mm, got it, bro.
Yeah. So the main point at the end is this, that at the end, the main motto of this session is that we should become good parents. And tomorrow we should consider this thing too. When we will become parents, at that time there will be new generational gap, new things will be in market. So we should be intelligent enough to understand our kids.
Can I share something? It's already before you wind up.
Wait, you can say after 1 minute. So, yeah, I was saying at that time there will be new generational gap. If we really want to become good parents, we have to understand our kids. Maybe they will get influenced with different things of at that time. We should just try to contemplate whether that thing is good or not, with which that person, our kid, is getting influenced. If that is good, let him do what he is doing. But if it will harm his present, his future, his health, then we should stop them. We should teach them properly. For example, if today I am parent and my father, imagine, like talking about my father, he thinks that uh, it is hypothetical situation. Offline learning is better than online learning, means taking classes from teachers is right as compared to just taking online from mobile phone. That is his perspective, because in 90s they used to learn that way. Maybe majority of the parents think this way, so they don't question other benefits of online learning. And if I am parent, I will think this way. Yeah, maybe offline learning is better than online learning, but there are benefits, like child can like learn more things in less time if he will be attentive, if he will focus more. Second thing is, it is not too much expensive as compared to offline learning. Third thing is, mostly he spends his time in his own home, means he will be in front of my eyes. Like, that is good for me. It is always good when a kid is small and he spends time in front of his parents. That is good, because external world can teach him some bad things. As I said, young kids, they don't know what is right or wrong. So there, maybe he will get influenced with some negative friends and he will start following those habits. So the main point is, tomorrow when we will become parents, we have to understand the generational gap. We have to contemplate properly, see the cons and pros. Let let us give them freedom, but good freedom, freedom of those things which are good for them. Till 16 or 18, we should take care of them. After it, leave them free. I think if a parent will take care of their kids properly till 15, 16, 17, then there is rare chance that kid will do any blunder. So that is my point. Okay, Beta, you can continue.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you mentioned good points. Thank you for all of you. Like Viju was saying something like about parenting, and when I see my childhood, like my father was drunk every single day, and especially like at the end of the month when he got a wag and his payments. Uh, s- okay, her, I will. You will continue. So at that time, I have also struggled very, very much, and especially in communication. So I have struggled communicating with pupils, and even asking something like what I need is very, very hard for me. Like my childhood was like that. But now, when I see he is still in the same situation sometimes, but a long time ago he created this kind of things. And what I have to say is, like, but parents maybe they maybe have some kind of uh, behavior and inappropriate behaviors like drunk and like that. but we are the one who are in control with our life. Like they may be done something wrong, or they may not raise us in a appropriate way, but the one who are in control with our life is us. Like we can change our life, and also we can damage it. So we can be like my father, but I choose to be like another person. So this is all I'm saying, and yeah, thank you guys. Hark, you can continue.
Yeah, okay. Before winding up this session, I wanna say one thing. When you are young, your parents are your parents. They act as your parents. But when they become old, at that time, it becomes your responsibility to become their parents. Because when a person becomes old, like above 50, 60, he loses his cognitive ability, he loses his energy. Probably he can sometimes can make stupid decisions. At that time, it's your responsibility to act like a good father till like everyone dies at some moment. Generally, in general cases, people die when they become old. So till that moment, you have to act like a good parent because you'll be energetic. So that is my point. And another thing is also you have to become parent of your own kids. So also take care of them till they become adult. Shall we wind up?
Yeah, at the end, I'd like to say, the grass on the other side is always green, and comparison only comes when we're gonna see either good or bad. And the people who are seeing as an ideal family, they might also go through the same thing. And when it comes to generation gap, no matter every time you face this generation gap, no, the psychological, the transformation which a human face, it goes same with every generation. There is no deny about that. Only generation gap, maybe few opportunities whatsoever. And the psychologically, we go with the same thing.
Yeah. And also we should not comparison here now about good or bad. Earlier I said some parents are more good, some are not, some are just average. We should just love and respect our parents. And if sometimes they will make any blunder, let's make them understand here you have created this mistake. Let us not be angry on them at the end. They have their own life, they had their own past.
Wanted to share a lot of things. Now I came to kitchen because I was in my room and my siblings were there. That time I wasn't able to talk. By the way, I will share one thing. Your kids can't choose their parents. I have heard this somewhere, okay? Your kids can't choose their parents. So choose your partner wisely. Don't choose a toxic person. And I will share what I wanted in the group. I have already write it down, like I wanted to share it, but I shared in another group. So I will copy paste and share in the group, okay? I also mentioned a movie about, I don't know whether you have seen a movie, Thousand Babies, which is clearly saying genes can also affect the parenting. I mean, also genes can affect our, personality traits or something. It's
I'd like to,
available.
yeah,
Yeah.
you mentioned a good point, but I'd like to share my opinion on this. When it comes, even in a spirituality, also, we chose our parents. We chose what kind of struggle we are going to be in that position. The position is chosen by us. Even when a scientific also, we also choose our parents because we are nothing but manifestation of our own parents. The genes are in the bloods are running in our veins. It's there. So we are just a manifestation. We are not a complete human being. We are just the part of them.
I was saying, choose your partner. Like, if you want to give your kids a good mother, choose a kind person or choose someone who matches with you. I don't know your character. Similarly, I heard this somewhere when someone was about to, like, she was struggling in a relationship. So someone said that to her. You're supposed to choose your kid's father. So choose a partner wisely, not a toxic one.